music too loud. Hello?
Hello!
Hello! What's up?
How's it going?
Not too bad.
Oh, wow. That graphic Scrams posted is sick.
Yeah, he made that like last year. He's posted it every so often.
Huh. How's this the first time I've seen that? That's super cool. Unfortunately, I am not keeping my 1 week free trial of After Effects, so I can't fool around with it more. Because I'm poor.
God, what is your name in this server?
That's a
Oh,
good
it's
question.
just Oath. Alright. Wouldn't have guessed that.
Who could have predicted this?
Oh god, I've had to spell Ethereal correctly, and I cannot.
Oh no, not like this.
Ethereal. And then I sent you tournament codes.
You did. That is true. I should use those.
I can also invite you.
You'll never take me alive.
I have invited you.
I joined using the tournament code out of spite. Not necessarily towards you, just the general custom game system that Riot won't revamp.
You know, 4 spectator slots is enough.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Why would you need more? My web browser patched itself. Very cool.
Dog TV? Is this TV for dogs? It is TV for dogs. Oh my god. They've invented TV for dogs.
It's beautiful. I love it. 0 notes.
may yet get all of the people into this lobby.
It does seem like a possibility.
They have 4 people in their call, so that's pretty good.
They've got a minute, technically.
And we have 4 people in ours, so
I see. Okay.
we're
Those
really
in
doing
glass houses.
Oh, there's a draft link. I don't know which side is which. Would you kindly inform me about which team is on which side?
I will attempt to do so. Let's take a look. We are Rodham blue side, Flannel esports, Ethereal red side.
Just because I have to draft. I work so hard on these graphics, I need to have to spend approximately 2 minutes fixing them.
Whoa, Murphy's Law be upon you.
At some point in my life, I'm gonna go back to casting with like a broadcaster and not have to worry about this crap.
That would be pretty cool. Can't lie.
We sure would have less mistakes.
But would we have more fun? I argue this is more fun. We would have less fun with the broadcast.
Shout out to Philly B Esports.
True.
I mean, our boy Ludi's still around, I guess. I don't know if he jumped ship from CCS to Aegis. He's still around. He definitely was working in CCS until the time. Ludi YOLO.
I didn't know that.
Their whole team is here. Oh. And they have an LOR player. That's pretty unlucky.
That does seem unlucky. Although I don't know if I can really critique that. I'm Diamond in LOR right now.
Diamond? That's pretty good.
One of the only games I can play at work.
I haven't been Diamond in a game in a long.
Not quite. This is the second game I've ever been Diamond in. I've been Diamond in Apex Legends once.
Yeah,
Long time.
I mean, I was rank 4 in Hearthstone at one point.
Damn.
And then I've been Diamond in StarCraft 2.
Ooh,
And
a classic.
we were GM 2v2 and 2v3. Me and a couple buddies of mine. Which is as high as I got, there was no challenger in StarCraft. But yeah, I haven't really been good at a game in a long time. Not that I've like super tried in League, but I also don't think I could hit Diamond if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I don't have enough hands anymore.
That's kind of where I'm at. I've got a Steam library full of games that I could be playing instead of beating my head into the solo queue wall. In anything, not necessarily just League.
Yeah, I've been playing Yakuza like a dragon. Bought that on a Steam sale. Playing it. It's
Nice.
pretty fun. I really want to get Armored Core. That looks pretty fun. It just came out.
I've been in Baldur's Gate 3 since it had its actual release.
That also looks good. I've never played D&D, so games like that always have a bit of an entry curve for me, I guess.
It's interesting. I can't really put myself in the shoes of somebody who hasn't played D&D and what it would be like, because I have for like the last 5 or 6 years.
All right. Well,
But
we're live drafting. This is Aegis Guardian League Week 5. We got Return of the Middlesticks star Nemesis taking on Flannel esports Ethereal. Yeah, I'm.
Oh,
my co-caster is Oath. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they seem to have they know what they want. Okay, Neferi, Lilia, Nautilus, Zaya, Cassiopeia, Kaisa off the board. Rel first pick. Huge fan. Is that Rel jungler or Rel support? Who knows? It's probably Rel support because it's a Rotom team, but we'll see.
Don't know that Smitty's a big Rel player, so.
And Rel jungle is really good right now. We'll have to see.
Yeah, definitely curious. Also fun things. I guess we can get to them. We'll waste time later. We can talk about the draft right now. Zygmunt. What is his last name? It's something stupid. His first name is Zygmunt.
Yeah.
No, it's just Zygmunt. Okay.
Yeah, I guess it. Did they not get? I swear he had a last name.
I thought he did too. Zygmunt, the explosive expert. R1 followed by the tree. One of them at least. Maokai for Flannel. I'm surprised that champion has not been nerfed in any substantial regard for as long as he's been just fine in the jungle.
Yeah, baffling.
And by
honestly,
fine, I mean like one of the top 2 or 3 junglers.
For like the whole season, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. And then probably won't get the victorious skin. Oh, because he's already got one. So definitely won't. Tristan and Ornn. So we're not going to see Rel top. But that's about all that it really tells us.
Yeah.
Is that Scrams will probably be playing Ornn in the top
Trist
lane.
fun right now. Interested about Trist and Ornn into Maokai. There's some funny shenanigans where both of those characters don't really do well against traveling routes.
Oh.
And all right. I mean, if you're gonna pick it, I guess you already see your top lane matchup. Why not?
Yeah, and if you have an inkling that that's a Rel jungle, there's no damage to really kill you and punish you in top lane. And Kayle has a really good matchup into Ornn traditionally, like one of the, I don't want to say niche counters because I feel like it's relatively well known, but yeah, pretty good pick. It looks like they don't expect that Rel to go jungle. They think it's support because they're banning Bel'Veth and then Sylas, and Hecarim's gone.
So I wanted to make sure I was right when I said Kayle was the Judicator, and she's listed on Wiki as the Righteous now. And I had to go down to the trivia section to find out that she used to be titled the Judicator.
Yeah,
Downvote. That was way cooler.
She's the Righteous, and Kayle or Morgana's the Fallen because they just did them together now. Shyvana's in my game. That means it's probably Maokai support then.
I was gonna say Shyvana could be.
Shyvana mid doesn't feel like it's a thing, and I doubt you can play at ADC. And Yeah, I think it has to be jungle, which pops Maokai somewhere else.
I mean, Maokai support's fine, right? Like, it's good. I just don't think it's a better... I don't think Shyvana's a better jungler than Maokai. I don't like Kha'Zix into either of the potential junglers that we have.
I think it's fine into Maokai. You don't like invade and kill him the way that you kind of do on Kha'Zix sometimes, but you get to farm and not get punished for it. Meanwhile, Shyvana should just be in Kha'Zix's jungle the whole game, and LeBlanc. So Tristana bottom for Atlas, and LeBlanc for Thunder McBusters, and that's likely a blind pick. And now we'll get Flannel. I'm assuming this is a mid laner. I guess it could be Ziggs mid.
Yeah,
I'm so used to seeing Ziggs bot that I'm just like, it's bot lane. But
I mean, Ziggs Maokai does seem like a pretty solid lane if you're going to have it be bot, and it's mid. We're playing Ashe instead, which is also totally acceptable. Some interesting picks here. I'm going to be reaching into the funny analyst bag of tricks for how this actually goes once we know where these champions are headed.
yeah, well, definitely an interesting draft from both sides, really. We kill time now, I guess. So tonight, fun activities happening. We've got the game. We've got our drawing for our jersey giveaway, thanks to Max's pentakill in the ACL finals, which was pretty hype. They actually lost that game, but, you know, really hype moment. So we have that. If you're in the Rodham server and you want to join the giveaway, you just have to make an art or a meme and post it before the end of this set. Also happening tonight, I have my fantasy football draft at 8, so I'm going to be slightly distracted starting at 8 p.m. To try to draft my football players for the year. This is a big moment for me. I could live commentate that if we have enough interest in that, but I doubt we do. Let's look at the draft now. I guess a little bit, since we're starting to fill some of this in. I guess they can swap, but I haven't seen anybody do like a swap shenanigans in a long time. We could also comment on Flannel esports' logo and how it was just made in MS Word, probably, and also looks like a high school logo, which is not a compliment.
It is somewhat one-dimensional. I'll give it that. I like the color choice.
Yeah.
I simp for that shade of blue, but
I traditionally associate flannels more with a red, though.
Generally speaking, yeah, red on black checkered does seem appropriate.
Maybe they have different colors for different teams. I don't.
I was gonna say,
sure.
could be like the red is reserved for a different flannel roster that isn't so ethereal.
I also don't really understand the connection between flannel and ethereal.
I want to make that connection now, but I don't have anything for that either, unfortunately.
Okay, well,
I gave it the old college try.
Well, let's take a look now. We're right on our inklings that it's Maokai support likely, Shyvana jungle, and Zigmund in the mid lane with Ashe going bottom. So yeah, some thoughts in the chat that that Flannel esports just outscales Rodham pretty hard, which is hard to really disagree with. You still have the Tristana bomb with your Ornn items eventually coming on late game, but it's hard to argue against outscaling Kayle and like Shyvana, who gets infinite scaling, and even Ziggs and Ashe are fine later.
Yeah, and apparently this actually isn't at all a bad matchup for Kha'Zix into Shyvana at the current moment. Also, I'd be very surprised to see Shyvana go AP in this lineup. You have a lot of magic damage already.
Yeah, I'm so used to... I'm like conditioned because of Season 2 when Shyvana like, first popped up, it was just to counter jungle. So every time I see that, I'm like, that's counter jungling. But I know that isn't necessarily the case anymore. I have to find this copy pasta.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a good one. But X-Craze, do you just have like 9 copy pastas? Jesus Christ. You know, Oath, sometimes I lay in bed thinking of the dreamy X-Craze, wondering why life is so unfair. I just want to be his big booty Latina.
There it is. Fantastic. The Latino one.
You know,
I
Miguel
am
is
the
fucking
face
nuts,
of
dude.
Gotham.
I'm literally a nobody down in bot lane playing like a bitch, and he's out roaming and ganking his Braum, or smashing mid with Syndra XD. Anyway,
Man, I get so every time one of these happens, I want to redeem for a copy pasta myself, but I'm so close to the ultimate goal. I can't give it up. The search for nice continues.
Ethereal meaning delicate, so maybe like a delicate fabric. Pick another one? Oh, I have to pick. That's a rough one. There was another one I saw. Oh, Miguel, I'm so proud of you. You're an amazing League of Legends player. Any team would be lucky to have you. The only thing you do better is being the awe-inspiring father you are to your little girl. Nothing makes me smile bigger or heart swell up more than seeing you dote on your child and spoil her. I don't know why that's in our copy pasta chat, but, you know.
Excellent.
We're here to gas up the boys sometimes. We have 1 minute left. Any lane matchups have caught your eye?
Not in particular. The one that the few that did we mentioned probably during the select, but I am interested to see how bottom goes because it isn't quite as decided as the rest of these lanes. Mid should be farm unless Thunder McBusters can find an in on Zigman, which could happen, but seems unlikely given the range differential.
We get 10 seconds left.
Bot is interesting. Normally you see the Tristana lane, you're thinking, okay, yeah, they just start all-inning around level 2 through 4, but Maokai really discourages all-ins.
Yeah, well, we're loading into game number 1 between Return of the Middlesticks and Flannel esports Ethereal. I don't think I've actually called them Star Nemesis yet. We'll call them Star Nemesis here. Oh, I didn't fix the scoreboard. Actively trolling. Oh my god.
No orange skin in 2023, cringe.
He's only got like 3.
Yeah, but like...
Return of the Middlesticks. Star Nemesis wearing the blue health bars on the blue side, and Flannel Esports Ethereal wearing the red health bars on the red side. I was a little worried for Prisma Sire there for a second, but he did buy his item. He's just a little late walking in. Looks like some 5 points to start off with. And yeah,
Let me speed my way up to where we're at. Nah, we're good now. Cool. A little bit of a stack towards the top side from Rodham, but nothing crazy. Similar stack mirrored on the bottom side, so... You know.
Yeah, kind of interesting. I'm betting this is like a little 3-man invade to get some vision, but they shouldn't. I mean, there's no damage and there's no CC here represented against Sonic X 5040.
Rodham King Atlas gets himself on the damage charts early. That's the most important statistic, as you well know.
Yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta maximize DPM. That way, you can flex it later.
I play my entire game maximizing DPM. So.
Yeah, both junglers starting blue side, so we're on opposite sides. Oh, I've been casting so many like Challenger Grandmaster games. I see that ward and I'm like, oh, they're gonna look to do like a vertical jungling thing, but there's literally no reason to do that necessarily unless you're going for a really highbrow maneuver where you're trying to starve and shove in Kale early on. But you can't do that with Ornn, so I hope that they don't try to do that.
Yeah, it's really hard to pull that off if that's what you're going for. Also, I'm frozen.
Yeah, I'm not frozen, and there's a little engage from Smitty at level 1. Kevbo gonna take about half of his health and damage from the explosive shot, but gets turned back around just a little bit, and now quick level 2 for Smitty and King Atlas. They go in, get the little flip back onto Kevbo, Ignite ticking, and a flash away from Kevbo LOL.
Okay, well now it decided to catch up, and I missed all of that, which was lame. Anyway.
Spectator client even more broken than normal. Oh my god, and I'm really behind. I hit plus and I went ahead like 15 seconds. I'm at 250. There's an invade from Dummy Slick, so he's looking for the ISO damage and forces Plasma Sire to, or Prisma Sire to flash away.
Yeah.
We'll knock up from Scrams, and I'm frozen at 3 minutes.
Huge. Spectator client even more broken than normal.
Pog?
This is actually really impressive. Well, I guess I'll take over. Nothing's happening. We do have Thunder McBusters behind a very low mana Sonic 50-40, and he has the flash. He's gonna be fine. Yeah, he's totally fine.
You were quite a bit ahead. Yeah, Smitty with the little gank, and there we go. Oath is clairvoyant, potentially. I can see.
You play this game long enough, you can just see things, you know.
Yeah, I can see that I'm like 10 seconds behind, but I can't speed up anymore. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I had that for a while. It catches up eventually. Another engage in the mid lane from Thunder McBusters, but he doesn't really have the backing damage for this.
We're actually live on that one. We watched it happen.
Massive?
Play by play. All right. Maybe the
new timeline. Oath play by play.
Yeah, 4 minutes, 401, 402.
407.
Okay, so you're like 2 or 3 seconds ahead of me.
This will be fun. I can get ready what I'm going to say after you playcast it.
Dummy Slick gonna catch Prisma Sire, but nothing really happening. Just a little exchange of damage. I wonder, with these lane adjustments that we're seeing, if we're going to see Star Nemesis return to the exact same thing that they've done basically every game so far. You know the playbook where we're going to go for the 8-minute Rift Herald swap. Darwin LOR going to get hit up. Not playing Legends of Runeterra. Kale still a little ways from ascending and leveling up.
Pretty good card in that game, though. Still. One of my favorites. Not in any super meta decks after the Siren Song Evelyn changes, but, you know.
Yeah, this is gold. Well, formerly Gold League. I am lost a little in the transition between the new ranks and the old ranks, but it's formerly Gold League with Platinum 4. And then now I guess you can go all the way through Platinum to Emerald.
Yeah, I wondered if we were going to get adjustments for Emerald for the upcoming splits. Suppose we did. Just, I don't play League anymore. That's not true. I avoid certain tournament series.
Well, I had another little pause, so I'm probably even further behind you.
I did too. I'm at 552.
Okay, you're still about 3 seconds ahead of me.
That's impressive, truly.
This is...
It's really sort of...
Really apologizing. So, yeah, if we were a fancy tournament organization, we'd have a producer, and we'd just be casting off of their screen, but we're not. So we're both separately spectating the game in the client, and it gets a little messy, I guess, on this current patch, because Riot hates Amateur League of Legends. Scratch is
And
level
always
6.
has.
He's almost dead, and he cannot
Yeah,
pick
he's
another
very
auto. Kale, goes in for the ult kill, and it's enough for first blood, but Dummy Slick is here. That should get returned. Misses the W. It's fine. Got 2 more minions,
Ooh,
though, so Darwin
no
comes
chain
out
out
pretty
of
far
Thunder
top.
McBusters in mid. I think he just kills Feetlands that.
I don't... He does have Ignite, but he doesn't have any
Yeah,
other...
with Ignite maybe.
He's on Noon Quiver, so it's not like a big pop. Declo and Prismasire are going to get spotted on the Dragon. This is strictly a 3v4. Teleport coming in from Scrams, although Thunder McBusters finds 1 kill. Declo trying to chase him down. In comes the Ornhorn. Gets knocked through Kevbo. 1 kill for Declo as he does track down Thunder McBusters. Now flash forward Kevbo, trying to walk back away King Atlas. Trying to get the damage down, and it's just so fucking disorganized that I'm having trouble casting. I really shouldn't go from challenger games to gold games in a week.
I remember the Whiplash experience when I cast with you for my first Star Nemesis game after having played in SDC for like 3 months.
Well, it's 2-2.
It is. Nobody actually got that dragon. Everybody's super low after it, so they decided to get a plate in bottom lane, and Ethereal had to recall most of their players.
Also,
There's gonna be another plate in top lane off of that TP from Scrams.
look at the character development for Star Nemesis. They just contested a dragon.
It's beautiful. I love what I'm seeing here, except now that what I'm seeing is a frozen screen. This patch is super cursed.
Yeah, I'm watching Thunder McBusters chain a minion. He's got this second chain, though, onto Sonic, who just doesn't satchel away at any point. Did he not have it? Was he low on
Did he have enough mana?
Man?
He might have been too low on mana for Satchel is kind of expensive if I remember correctly.
He also... his flash just came up, which is unfortunate. It was after he died. Now I'm frozen at 8:30. For not very long, though. Kevbo's still trying to leash this dragon. Prismasire very focused on this. He's low, very unfortunately low, about half health, and Kevbo is just going to throw the Enchanted Crystal Arrow at Thunder McBusters. This is even sloppier than normal gold gameplay, for the record. And Smitty now in, getting a couple of stuns down. They'll take down Prismasire to start off with. Kevbo the next target, and they'll take him down as well. And now Declo is left trying to fight for his life, but he'll get scooped up by Dummy Slick. But 1 bouncing bomb, not quite enough. Sonic doesn't have... He used his ult during that fight, so not willing to walk all the way forward and just try to find a cheap kill onto Dummy Slick. And instead, Dragon number 1 is going to go to Return of the Middlesticks.
Huge. Now that we get a slight break in the action, see if you can plus your way up, because somehow I'm way further ahead of you than I normally would.
Oh, here we go. We're zooming. Thunder McBusters is very low, and he escapes with tens of health away from Sonic. And we're still watching him, which makes me concerned about the continuity of his health. Oh, he's got some fruits. But now Rodham, with the 10-minute swap up to top lane, they're really forcing this one, but they have Scram's help, and Darwin isn't able to join. Now I'm paused at 10 minutes.
Huge.
Prismasire has Dragon's Descent available. Sonic just poking away at some of this. But now in the bot lane, Atlas looking for the solo kill, and he'll find it onto Kevbo. In comes the Hammer Boy bouncy time. I didn't see who actually got the Rift Herald. No one has the eye.
No, Smitty has the eye.
Smitty has the eye. That's a little unfortunate. But
yeah, the optimal player to have the... Well, no, Smitty's going to be roaming with his Merc Treads tons, so he can just put that wherever.
Really, though, they just want to give it to Atlas probably anyway, so it doesn't hurt them other than it takes a little bit of money out of the pocket of the Kazakhs. Not that Kazakhs has pockets, but...
Or is lacking money, as he's sitting on
3-0-2.
1,700 and he's 3-0-2, so he is the current richest member on the Rift at the moment.
Yeah, he's also got the funny Umbral Glaive item.
That is a really funny item. It's also good at giving you gold for Kazakhs to put wherever he holds his money that isn't his pockets.
Sonic, once again, just doesn't use Satchel Charge to escape that in any way, and dies.
Yep, and he's out of there. I have to assume that he's using it off-screen to farm, because there's no way he just doesn't have it any of these engages.
Yeah, I would assume not, but yeah. There's some funny gameplay moments happening. It's 9-2
There are.
in favor of Return of the Middlesticks star Nemesis.
Also a 3K gold lead, 4K, 3K gold lead.
Yeah, if you are Flannel esports Ethereal, though, you have yield Kale scaling in your pocket, although he has gone for a bit of a war crime of a build thus far. So I'm kind of curious about how that turns out.
There's a BF sword in the inventory for Kale. I hate that. It makes me angry. He has got
It's
some...
a Guardian Angel first item! It's a Guardian Angel! I was gonna say it before he bought it, but it...
He didn't even use the stopwatch either. Is he? Wait, hold on. Is he gonna like buy the stopwatch and cheese on top of the Guardian Angel? Because that's kind of funny.
Smitty with a little gank into mid lane, just trying to punish Sonic. Instead, it's an enchantment crystal, just a little bit wide. There's actually a small numbers advantage for Flannel, but they're not really going to be able to do a whole lot about it. Atlas just finds a sapling, and he's a little overconfident, so he'll take a couple shots to the face. It's a new Korea strat. You guys don't understand. I don't buy that for a second.
No, that's fake. The problem is that
oh
like Kale doesn't have any damage.
This is a big fight that's happening and that we're frozen on currently at 13 minutes. Declo has gone over the wall, and in response, Smitty and Dummy Slick have gone counter over the wall. Prismasire going to be the first victim of the fight. Kevbo low, dying to ignite Dummy Slick in, splits his targets, but it doesn't really matter as now Sonic gets reset upon, jumped upon, and Goomba stomped to death. It's a double kill for Atlas, and we're diving under tower at 13 minutes in the mid lane. Dummy Slick, tower is ramped up a bit, but he's able to survive.
You know, I really don't enjoy the fact that ended up being a fairly clean dive from the side of Return of the Middlesticks juggling the aggro like that. They'll end up with a 13-2 game state in which they trade top tower for basically everything you could want with Dragon coming up. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and that sets them up for an opportunity to get another dragon?
Never before seen Star Nemesis gameplay. Also, it's not just Guardian Angel first item, it's GA into an immediate static shiv.
See, that was why he bought the early Noon Quiver, was so that you get the big power spike of the double item completion.
I think it's that power spike though.
I can't find any other good things to say about that.
Surely just purchasing Nashers is better, right? I don't even know if that's the build you still go on Kale.
I honestly don't know that you go Shiv at all on Kale, but it seems okay.
Probably fine.
I mean, how are you going to kill Kale now? She has her ult plus a Guardian Angel? Like, insane.
Right.
They actually can't kill her. She's got too much armor. She's just too tanky, and Sonic picks up a kill. That's the kill, or the LeBlanc clone. Dummy Slick has to escape. That's a good flash. Now Scrams is ready for the engage, but he doesn't have ult.
Or friends.
Or friends, but he's going to 1v3 anyway. This is the V-Bond special. If he doesn't cancel all of his autos,
actually
he's
just fine.
I mean, he's really tanky, so he's got Jack Show, so that's not like a huge concern, but this dragon should be Flannel's to acquire.
It's theirs, and I'm putting in a formal request to plus forward while we have a bit of downtime. Me and my clairvoyant state, no, you're not going to miss anything.
Oh my god,
so.
I almost missed something. Darwin is in GA.
No, he's fine. He is in GA, but he can't be killed because he's got the ultimate plus the GA, and he's actually just based for.
Oh, the flash forward! What a monster! Darwin LOL with the LOR with the heart of the cards.
he's just different.
Sonic does just keep using that. M7 was instinctual. I'm sorry. I'm not toxic, he says in the chat.
Huge fan.
Everyone go watch Darwin the Card Gamer. Oh my god. I'm assuming that's Nasher's next, right, with the recurve bow?
Has to be, surely.
It unfortunately also builds into like a rapid fire cannon, but that seems a little too
Or it could feasibly be Blade of the Ruin King, I suppose.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They do build that. I've been told that one is on the list.
Yeah, that one seems okay. Sonic is no longer on the list as he's taken down by King Atlas. Little chain from Darwin onto Darwin as he gets rooted up. It's a good engage from Smitty. The Ornhorn sails a little bit unfortunately wide. Prismasire just goes in and trades himself for Atlas. Smitty just trying to fight his way out. He's got enough crowd control. Thunder McBuster's able to avoid the Kale damage, and the triple kill comes out for Dummy Slick. On the other side of the map, Kevbo just kills Scrams. I don't really understand how that happened, but also that is one squishy 80 carry that a Kha'Zix is nearby. I don't foresee this going well for the Ashe character, and it does not.
I think there. Oh, I just caught up and saw
well,
that.
He's
Nice.
evolving.
He is evolving. He's also 9-0, so that's pretty neat. How much money's on that pot? Yeah, about 2k and a little more after he drops this mid lane tower. I'm not entirely convinced, in any reasonable sense, that Sonic has access to the satchel charge ability. I think his W is grayed out at the moment.
He's cleared the minion wave with it a couple of times. We've seen it.
So that, I was right. That is where it keeps going.
Yeah, Kevbo finished his cull, but he's just holding on to it for sentimental reasons. Prismasire has a Trinity Force, and now he's going to get caught in his own jungle, which is usually the state of the game where you start saying things like, it's Jover.
Well, despite being down, like 48 waves, Scrams is on his Mythic and doesn't really care about Sonic's damage because Sonic built Ludens, and doesn't do damage to. He is a full god, right? He's not a demigod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't damage deities with bombs. Riot, please refund me.
Do you have your Ornn item names ready? This is the big analyst check.
Yeah. I'm good on like 70% of them.
All right, so Jack Show has a name.
It does.
And then it loses it. It becomes the unspoken parasite, right? So it goes from being spoken to unspoken for some reason.
Does it really?
Yeah.
That is definitely something.
Duskblade goes to Drakthar's Shadow Carver. That one's pretty edgy.
Huge. Big fan.
I can't remember what Infinity Edge did. It used to be Molten Edge, but it's not the case anymore. It's something else now.
No, it's oh.
Ooh, it is finally a Nasher's third item. Will Darwin build a Mythic this game is also maybe a bet that we could have. Baron is started up by Flannel. Scrams is going to see that one. He's at about half health for some reason, but that's fine. And now Dragon's going to spawn, and the ebb and flow of characters has left us with Rodham doing Dragon and Scrams spotting out this Baron take. It's at about 7,000 health still. Scrams is just going to be killed by Kale, unless he does something about this, and he finally turns onto Kale. He's doing okay for a 1v1, but Thunder McBusters is completely ignoring that in order to try to apply pressure to the rest of these characters, who are very low now at about 3,000 health. Dummy Slick is just around the corner, and this could go all wrong in just a second for Flannel, but it's secured by the Ashe. Dummy Slick not quite able to find it. Now he's on the backside, though. He kills Sonic, and he'll get his resets off. Darwin, though, going in, trying to find Thunder McBusters, and he does. It's a triple kill on the backside for Dummy Slick. Darwin finishes that one off, and Dummy, loses the duel to Prismasire. Smitty's there to try to clean up, and he will by himself Oh, no, he won't. He'll give it over to Atlas, who's there. The full house for Dummy Slick and King Atlas, and the Bud Light next ace. And a pause at 21:30, thanks to the spectator client.
Upvote. I guess.
Yeah. It was really impressive the way Dummy Slick lost the duel to Shyvana, but it was a really good triple kill. Basically 1v3 on the backside of that fight.
It was Nashers for
Yeah.
Darwin, and as you know, as ahead as they are, which isn't quite that ahead. It's only really a 3k gold gap, despite the fact that you know Kasana's 8-1, Kha'Zix is 12-1. We are still dealing with Kale, so Rodham doesn't really have the team comp to get incredibly comfortable. Horn items does mitigate the scaling gap a little bit, but not as much as you might expect it to.
Yeah, you would also have to finish Mythic item on your mid laner, which hasn't happened just yet. And honestly, the farm totals have just fallen off a cliff for Rodham in the past couple of minutes. They've been pretty stuck at about 150 for a while. So.
Yeah, and Ziggs, the later the game goes, Ziggs does do one thing really well, and that's speed up the end of the game where all of your towers go away.
Oh,
he's good at that.
Solo killed. A little help from
And
Smitty, but Deklo gonna get Goomba upon, and he'll fall as well for the double kill. Dummy Slick, meanwhile, has found Sonic. Didn't find him with the Void Spike, though, and that caused a little bit of consternation. Darwin, a little sidestep. He's still got his ult. Oh, that was a good buster shot, actually, from King Atlas, and he'll go in, find a dominating kill, take an extra tower shot for his trouble, but it's just kind of a mess all over the map for Flannel esports that doesn't get cleaned up particularly well. And now towers, potentially, for ROTM.
Towers for sure. Sonic is going to try and stop the Forge God from dropping this bottom one. But it probably won't be standing for too much longer. Are we chasing LeBlanc? We're not chasing LeBlanc. That's probably a good call.
Yeah, they're still thinking about chasing LeBlanc.
Maybe we're chasing LeBlanc. We're not chasing LeBlanc. Okay. We have now correctly made that decision, and we're going to shove out the wave mid, which seems like a measured response to all of the chaos that's happening.
Yeah, I have no idea what time you're at.
24:38.
Yeah, you are 11 seconds ahead of me, and I cannot speed up. So.
That's impressive. I am loving this so far.
I would like to give a shout out to Riot Client for being as good as it is at all times. This is a very usable program. You would think the #1 thing would be so that you could watch games with people, but apparently that's not the case.
No, it does not appear to be a priority.
I am once again asking for the next slide. We are at 25 minutes, and Scrams is invading and has found Prismus Iron Deklo. A little knock up. King Atlas trying to open up some fire. Hammerboy bouncy time coming out from Scrams, and Deklo is going to be the one that pays for it. Crowd control being exchanged across the gap. Nothing really happening for Dummy Slick, and Rodham just going to steal away from some jungle camps as their big bounty for their fight win.
I am now frozen at 25:30, which is pretty cool. So you'll get to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, mine made it past 25:30 without any particular issue. Darwin made it past that tower without any particular issue, and will equalize this tower on the bottom side for Smitty and Scrams.
We also look like we're probably going to be picking up this upcoming dragon, which will put us on Soul Point. Not that that's uniquely relevant in the scope of how far behind Flannel esports is, but
it's uniquely relevant in that Rodham has not secured more than one dragon in a game this whole season.
Okay,
so
that is
uniquely
relevant.
Oh, that's a good satchel charge. See, he knows how to use it. Dummy Slick
yeah, it was big.
is zooming on in looking for Declo, and I think everyone will return to something resembling normalcy. Darwin's GA just came back up, which means that this is extra unfightable for Darwin. Or for Scrams, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, it's even less fightable than you would expect it to be. I'm not convinced that Dummy Slick wins that. I'm also
Atlas.
not convinced that that King Atlas is he out?
Atlas is fine.
He's out.
I
hate this game.
They killed
And he's
Kevbo so hard that he DC'd.
That's not fortuitous. That's okay. He's back. We're good. They didn't pause because he was dead. That actually, I can appreciate that. If he's dead, let him be dead. That's fine.
I think she might have DC'd rather than just not using her ult there.
That is possible. That is because it's definitely up for sure.
Yeah, this is also one of the Ashe builds of all time. It's not terrible, but
it's fine. Like I know Ashe does go Triforce now. I just don't know about Kraken.
I don't feel like these two with each other. Like I don't know. I'm probably completely wrong. This might be the wrong
the
build to pick on.
accepted Ashe build right now.
Darwin has found Smitty. Darwin.
Oh, it is actually literally that. Those two items.
Interesting. Those two items don't have any synergy together, so it seems kind of weird. But
I mean, there's some attack speed on. There's a little attack speed on Trendy Force. Mm-hmm.
Darwin is just kind of menacing various peoples, and no one can do anything about it, which is kind of hilarious. Draktar's Shadow Carver picked up for Dummy Slick now. Just showing Draktar's
pretty big. For sure.
And now he's going to try to find Prismasire.
Is Night Harvester still Vespertide?
No, unfortunately not. It's something dumber. Because Vespertide
I don't
is a
like
pretty
that.
cool name.
Yeah, Vespertide was
Sonic
good.
is just going to take the tower down, which ultimately furthers their game plan. Oh my goodness, that was much closer than it had any right to be. Yeah. Oh, Atlas finds Kevbo. I saw the lag there. That one happened. He did use his ult, just not in that fight. He got a little jump scared, I think, by King Atlas. It's 4v3 around this Baron. And
yeah,
yet,
and yet it's level 16 Kale with a GA up, and they don't want to fight it because they don't have ults, which is reasonable. They have Kale ult,
but they also don't want to give this up for free, which is apparently the bigger issue. Darwin has walked in. He's split from Prismasire and Declo. But Prismasire can go in with Dragon's Descent. In goes Smitty, though. They're going to try to separate Kale, which is a good strategy, and one that works to get her into Guardian Angel. Can they finish off the rest? In comes the Kale. Oh, a lot of damage coming back onto Atlas. He's able to survive on the backside, and now Flannel's doing all right for themselves. They take down Atlas first. Dummy Slick, oh, just barely gets the reset into the Duskblade. Smitty trying to get anything they can, but there's no damage dealers really left at any reasonable amount of health. Dummy Slick healing back up with the plant, but I don't think that really matters. Thunder McBusters has about 1,000 health, and now the teleport coming in
There's a teleport in from Sonic.
Sonic, Mega Inferno Bomb a little bit wide, bouncing bomb.
Ooh, good. Little off the mark.
Good dodge from Dummy Slick as he's able to stay alive.
What's happening here? I think he's just out. Yeah, he's just out. Okay. And we're gonna reset. Huh? Why are you hitting that? I guess you're hitting that because Dummy Slick's low. Yeah, Kevbo's here. Wait, they can take this. This is legal. There's a TP in from Scrams.
Yeah, TP in from Scrams on the flank. It's Scrams and Dummy Slick to try to contest this one. 3,000 health left. In comes the Ornhorn, 2,000. It's going to be taken by Flannel Esports. Scrams still trying to fight his way through. Dummy Slick just throwing out one little void missile through. Thunder McBuster's still going for it. Declo low, Kevbo low. They'll finally take a couple of them down. Prismasire trying to escape. He'll get torn through by Dummy Slick as well. Gets one return fireball that'll exchange a kill at least. Thunder McBuster's still alive. The clone is not, unfortunately for him. Scrams now has to try to escape Darwin, which is easier said than done. Gets a little slow onto him. Atlas is willing to jump in, but I don't think that he really wants to. There's still a Kale ult available now, and ROTM going to head toward this dragon. It's Ocean Soul, which might help some of these problems they're having. Not really sure. Question mark.
Darwin has to head to this dragon now if they don't want to lose soul immediately. Like it's going down.
Yeah, Darwin and Sonic trying to
yeah,
contest.
I'm yelling Pember.
You'd better move, you'd better dance. Darwin going in with the ult, but it's much too late. He'll get flipped back. It's a little bit of damage exchanged, but he'll fall to King Atlas. And
and surrender vote failed for red team.
1-2.
Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud.
It's public knowledge.
That is true. That's fair. That chat can be seen by stream.
Edge of finality.
I hate that. That is dumb. Not that Molten Edge was unique, was like particularly better, but no, that sounds stupid. That's not even anime attack type of name. That's like Magic the Gathering card type of name.
Yeah, we go from being infinite to it has an end. It is final. Good Zanyas from Sonic, but he's just going to get extra rooted. And I think Inferno Bomb just across the bow for a little bit of extra damage.
You know, I feel like if that arrow had stunned him in the center of the bomb, there's a chance Thunder McBusters actually dies.
Yeah, I don't disagree, especially with the minions helping. You take a couple little extra minion shots afterwards, and then
yeah, you get the little extra
time.
pen from Shadow Flame being lower. I'm not sure I would have with LeBlanc and Kha'Zix in this game. I understand the point of the Zanyas, but I don't feel like if you're gonna play like that, you should be with your team a little more than being in that particular spot in top lane, miles from anyone.
All right, Rodham looking to try to close this one out. Darwin is doing his own thing in mid lane, which is fair. That guy is pretty big, and unfortunately for Flannel Esports, Ethereal is about to complete his item collection for the game, so won't get significantly stronger. Scrams is going to pull the trigger, and they'll go for a huge engage. It's actually very large, started by Smitty into the Orenhorn, and that's about as clean as you can go for a 5v3 dive. They lost exactly no health on the dive, and now they'll continue walking on through. These are the two dangerous members, though, for Flannel. Prismasire in with the Dragon's Descent, looking for Smitty. He's tanked up a couple of tower shots. Thunder McBuster's low, but Dummy Slick and Atlas are the ones that you have to watch out for. The health bars are not looking great for ROTM, but it's enough to be able to finish off the team and the ace and the game number 1.
Yeah. So I was gonna say before Return of Middlesticks decided to win that there's a way that Darwin can get stronger if he sold the useless item he started the game with and picked up anything that is assistant to Kale.
Yeah, well,
he did not unfortunately get that opportunity.
It's a 1-0 lead for ROTM. We'll be right back with game number 2, and hopefully our brains will stop bleeding out of our ears at some point. No promises, though.
There's a decent chance that maybe we just get like the Riot client to work. That
would be pretty big, honestly.
In the scope of the stream, one might say monumental.
In honor of our 6'3", 215-pound president, would be huge.
Huge. All right,
I love. So the height and weight are self-reported for the mugshot that I'm sure everybody knows. Some athlete comparisons. 6'3", 215 pounds. That's Lamar Jackson, quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens. That's Bryce Harper, outfielder for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Huge.
Those are very large men, and very slim, honestly, looking for their height.
Do we have a spec link for the next draft?
No.
Okay, I didn't see one in chat when I joined, so. Thought I'd check.
Yeah, I don't have one yet, but as soon as I get one, it'll be the first one I give it to. Oh, 6 minutes until my fantasy football draft. Shout out to Becca, who has cursed me with the 12th pick. So, really looking forward to next year already.
Unfortunate. Okay, I will. I think I will set myself back by 1,300 points, unfortunately, because this most recent one is a personal favorite of mine.
Flannel. Is there a player you'd like me to substitute for Chad?
No, not particularly. You can just use Chad. That's totally fine.
Let me flip my client here because they have selected blue side.
Huge.
Take a look at that.
Well, that is a bit of a change. Then it's pretty cool.
What will they first pick? Will we see our first Nefiri? Do I know any of Nefiri's ability names?
I don't. So
You've got Mega Doggo, Doggo on the Hunt, Bork. I wish that would be much better. No, I looked at them while I was playing Nefiri the other day, and they're fine. That was my big part of the thing. Alright. When both teams are even in gold, Chad feels that Rodham is at a great advantage, and thus he does not hesitate to start a team fight. When Rodham is 3k behind in gold, Chad thinks that Rodham is at a small advantage, and so he starts a team fight to secure their lead. When Rodham is behind 7,000 in gold, Chad thinks that Rodham is at a disadvantage, and so he looks for a team fight to regain control of the game. And when Rodham is 10k behind in gold, Chad thinks that the team has reached a desperate situation, and starts a team fight to salvage the rest of the game. I don't know how it ends.
And they are only waiting passively for their death if he does not start a team fight.
And they are only waiting passively for his death if he does not start a team fight. I hate that there is a character limit apparently on the redemption.
That is kind of stupid, actually.
And it's just very slightly longer than this copy pasta.
Yeah, like a line and a half. I picked the wrong one.
Why are you posting this shit when you're discussing stuff that's relatively important? Like you're burying stuff that people are gonna have questions on.
No, I just read the Lexus Trundle Abuse Astroglide Chinese RA's boosting service.
Oh, yeah. I've never had to actually verbally say that one, but it looks like a mess, so.
Well, hang on to your butt. I've got so many points.
Oh, here we go.
And this one fits.
Grr, Lexus, you suck and smell. Bad player, bad team, luck, finals. Chinese. Trundle abuse, Astroglide Chinese, RA boosting service, glitch 100%. BO5 win rate, Havoc bootlicker, lost in regular season 200 years, some more Chinese. Rodham White House Biden, speed dial exploit hack plus ratio plus carried by Syncretic.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I love that. Okay, nice.
I wonder what any of this Chinese means. Oh, it's actually the same Chinese twice.
It's the same Chinese characters.
Oh god, I've made a mistake. I just searched for it on Google.
Nightclub, clubbing, dollar.
What?
It looks just. It looks like it's just club.
English. Oh, club for troll. That's maybe it's trying to.
I
oh,
guess.
mine says in big clubs. Here, I'll.
在大俱乐部，
Okay, I had Google read it.
在大俱乐部，
I'm not going to repeat that. I just closed chat. Oh god, hold on. The draft started at some point. I'll get to that.
It did.
Hi Normology, welcome to AGL. This is definitely a level of play that you're used to watching. Here we go. Draft for game number 2. Flannel has
back in
chosen blue side. They're banning Xayah, Tristana, and Cassiopeia. Rodham has banned Nautilus, Lilia, and Neferi.
So the bans have not changed.
No.
Tristana is swapped out for Kaisa.
Yes.
And they are taking the Rel. Huh? Okay, cool. So the Rel may have been a takeaway. Maybe it wasn't just Return of the Middlesticks' pick, and they're back on the tree nonsense. Upvote tree.
Excuse me. Sorry.
And they took the Kaisa. Okay, so things are proceeding as expected if you look at the previous draft and no other principles of drafting in Season 13.
I mean, honestly, this isn't too far deviated from what you would expect until the Hecarim pick, so
That's
I'll allow
valid,
it.
actually.
But Varus,
All three of these characters big. Varus, Hecarim, interesting. Love that.
Varus Rel's kind of fun together. Both of them can initiate. Both of them have a lot of AoE things. My fantasy football draft has started. According to this, I would want to pick up AJ Brown from the Eagles and then Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know that I'll be doing that. Renata Glock. Reninkanik. Click.
Rengoku Gleam.
Yeah. Dami Mommy has been picked.
Huh?
Huh? What?
Pause. So, Renekton and Kale, two wildly opposing opposite playstyle top laners, have both been banned. So, we don't want anyone in the top lane, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I didn't mind the strategy from Flannel. I think taking away Kale makes a little bit of sense. I don't know that you can replicate that necessarily. I mean, maybe you just play a Fiora or a Tryndamere if you're comfortable on either of those champions, but...
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, like, it's fine. I don't know that they get quite as big as Kale does. Fiora kind of does. I don't think Tryndamere does.
Yeah, I just, like, split pushing, I don't really care
Yeah,
about
they're
my
both
team,
capable
sorta,
of pushing
yeah.
like Kale. Jarvan the Fourth.
So that's
Not to be confused with any of the other Jarvans.
Maokai top?
I suppose. Or you're laning Jarvan, which I haven't seen in several years. So, it could be Maokai top.
We haven't seen since the Chex Mixon incident
That,
that was you, right, on that team? I don't know if
that was me
Okay.
on that team.
Yeah. Seraphine's in my video game.
That's unfortunate.
I hate that.
Okay, so what? It's Seraphine going mid then?
Yeah,
I have to
it's
assume.
Almost 100% that. I think Hecarim could lane now after his buffs, but I
Yeah, Hecarim
kinda
top pretty fine.
doubt that people are going to do that. Scion, is this the Bow special? Are we about to see something really good from Darwin?
I kind of hope so, because otherwise they're sort of lacking damage. They're not lacking a ton of damage. Full AP Seraphine goes okay. What
GA
I think
first
I
would
think
be
in
extra troll.
yeah, in lieu of saying that they're lacking damage, I will say they kind of lack a way to just straight up kill people. All of these characters are good at outputting damage, just not like all at once, unless we're looking at AP Varus, which I think is unlikely.
Rodham grabs Ari, which leaves them a little lacking in terms of wave clear is maybe my biggest concern for this comp.
Yeah, I mean you can still build not Shiv on Ari, although you could do that at one point. But you can still build a Shiv, and the wave clear issue kind of gets negated by the fact that Kai'Sa becomes way better at it. It just depends on whether or not you want to spend one of your very important first 3 Kai'Sa items on static Shiv, which doesn't help her in any particular sense towards her evolutions. So I did put myself in spectate, right? Yes, I did. Okay, good.
Yep, we're set up to go. We're waiting on Flannel to hit the OK to continue onward into our draft, our second draft.
Oh no. I'm looking at my channel points after both redemptions. I will never financially recover from this.
I'll have to start a Gamba.
True. I'll have to do the math and gamble just enough to put myself at my goal.
While we're waiting for them, I'm gonna walk my dog real quick because he's being very annoying. So
That seems valid. I'll entertain stream in some way.
Break TOS.
Well, with those very important parting words, yeah, let's do that thing he said and try not to break TOS. I am interested by the draft adaptation that Flannel Esports Ethereal have gone for here, because nothing is like super different other than tail is no longer your win condition. You're still looking for good tower take and sieging opportunities. You've got a ton of pick that you didn't really have before, so it is very much a different playstyle for fights. It's not so much a very different playstyle for laning. You still want to farm up to a reasonable breakpoint on your jungler like you would with Shyvana. Yeah, the Seraphine Ahri lane, having played both sides of it, is apocalyptically boring, as most Seraphine lanes are. And I don't think the top lane matchup is necessarily improved in interestingness.
I'm already back, so
Excitement. Hi, I'm doing my best.
thank you, Marionette, for the resub.
I was just talking about how boring tank matchups and Seraphine lanes are, so solo-wise, this should be a very slow, should be a very slow first 15 for these lanes. I don't think it will be, but
yeah, I mean, Jarvan Ahri is a decent mid-jungle combo. Hecarim Seraphine is not until much later in the game. But yeah,
and I could see the way Atlas plays, especially with a Renata W on him, to be looking for good openings.
Yeah.
I don't know how many good openings you get into Rel Varus, but
well, it's 1-0 return to the Middlesticks. They can close out the series with a win here. Again, just a reminder, at the conclusion of this series, we're going to be drawing for the jersey giveaway. If you wanted to enter, make sure that you enter your drawing in the next, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, I was gonna say 20, 25 minutes seems reasonable.
But yeah, you gotta give an art or a meme. We've accepted some interesting things, so just give it something resembling an effort.
Ooh, could we make the Rotom top laner coin an emote in the Discord?
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
I'd want to crop it maybe, and I don't know how to do that.
I can render it differently. I still have the file.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
figure it
no,
out.
wait.
Oh.
I don't have After Effects anymore. Ah. Okay, here's the bit. I give Scrams the file, and he can run it for me.
Alright, I am picking in my fantasy football league. Oh my god, I have forever until I draft again.
It's Mahomes.
No, some guy picked Mahomes right before I did. I didn't.
Downvote.
I don't think I would pick Mahomes anyway in that slot.
That seems fair. I don't know what your team looks like so far.
Well, this is my first pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, maybe not.
We drafted CeeDee Lamb. We're looking at either Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, or Devontae Adams, probably. Anything else?
Between those three, I go with AJ Brown. Yeah, it's AJ Brown.
Then I'm all NFC East, which kind of sucks, but we'll get better later.
Yeah, there's ways to improve from that.
I don't really want Saquon, and I think I can get a better back, like an okay back later. I'm gonna really need a back the next time I pick, though. And the quarterbacks are not looking great around there. Oh god. I might just be really weirdly lined up for quarterbacks. That's okay. We don't need to discuss the ins and outs of my fantasy draft. I should have done a mock draft. I've never done a mock draft in my life. This is the first time I've also ever bet money on fantasy. That's not true. Because we used to play at work for like $10. It's been a while though. Anyway, we have 2 minutes left of spectator delay. Again, get your stuff in if you were looking to enter the jersey giveaway. I've got 10 entries so far, which is actually 20 entries because everybody got 2 for not using AI. I always want to make an art, but that takes time, and I'm not any good at it, so... And I make enough memes for Rodham that I feel like just go onto the Rodham Twitter and pick out any of my art.
Yeah, true.
Although Flannel Esports, I doubt whoever their social media manager is like watching this, but shout out to them. They made a Stonks meme with Fiddlesticks that says sticks, and I really liked that. I want to steal it, but I also don't want to, steal it.
Right.
But that was really nice. They made us a sticks meme.
Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't find myself on X very much nowadays, so.
Yeah, I have nothing really better to do at work at times, so I just kind of have it.
That seems fair.
I pray for its downfall while at the same time still using the app, so a little mixture. One of my friends got me a Blue Sky invite, and that's like fine. I don't know. It doesn't scratch quite the same itch yet, but we'll see. I need something to do at work, and my meme servers and Discord don't output fast enough to keep my interest. That's really what matters.
Ooh, that seems valid. I either listen to audiobooks or I play LOR in the mornings, and then in the afternoon is when I make all of my phone calls, so yeah. I'm actually busy then.
I would go to the toilet and play TFT on my phone. My boss has decided to routinely check in on us now, so I can't get away with that as much. Not that I should be confessing everything, but...
Unlucky.
I did nothing wrong. Here we are, onto the Rift for game number 2. We'll see if Rodham can close out the series, or if Flannel Esports has something to say about that one, or maybe most importantly, if Oath and I can stay synced through a majority of the game.
I don't believe that's possible at all.
Darwin has a cull. We're off to a good start. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that is a great start, because that item is what the boss recommends everybody start in solo queue. He thinks the Doran's items are a waste of money.
And
I mean, it's sort of valid if you don't lane incorrectly.
Sonic has a sapphire crystal.
Less of a fan of that, but you know, because like now that tier is the starting item, you can just build tier instead.
Yeah, I feel like it's. What are all
Who's
these pings?
Pinging that?
Oh,
Stop.
that's the red team. They're pinging to go Nexus, which is completely valid. I want them to know that.
That
some-
is not valid. You're level 1. Stop.
That's the Korean advice.
You want
you want
to win
to
the
win
game,
more games, kill the enemy Nexus more.
kill the enemy Nexus.
Yeah.
Forehead. Oh, no bone plating for Smitty. Cringe.
Sun Tzu would be a fan of that one. You said that right as I got popped, so I'm already behind, which is great.
Ah, huge.
This is a weird draft. People are actually like actively avoiding quarterbacks. I'm used to playing with casuals who just, oh, I know the quarterback. I will get the quarterback early.
Yeah, I'll get that guy. His name sounds familiar.
There's a lot of interesting ins and outs.
In
fantasy football,
in fairness, that is how I spent my first League of Legends fantasy draft like 3 or 4 years ago before I watched a lot of professional play.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things when we'd do fantasy LCS. People would always just rush for TSM players, even though they weren't like the best fantasy players available. And I'd just scoop up the people that actually scored decently. That was my big ticket to success. But
I remember there was a point within the last couple of seasons, I don't remember exactly when I had taken both members of Dignitas's bot lane. Because what was that guy's name? I'm gonna remember. It'll come to me.
I don't know what era we're talking about necessarily, so I can't really help out. But yeah, I also really, I think it's interesting like how much draft position actually matters in terms of success rate if you play optimally, I guess, in fantasy sports. But the only one where spot 1 is the best place to be is baseball, because you can draft Shohei Ohtani.
Too soon.
Yeah, RIP Shohei Ohtani and his UCL.
It was when Johnson played.
Johnson and Aframu.
Yeah. And then I guess I didn't draft them, but it would have been totally fine to take Cody's son and
Ooh. So Atlas DC'd
Vulcan?
and then typed ADC DC. But then they also typed Goldfish on Fire and Pizza Break. So
valid.
who knows what's going on in my League of Legends game.
Boy Wonder has submitted his match player to Fact Game Show,
Oh.
which I mean, yeah, that's
No,
I like
allow
it. It's
it.
kind of based. Yeah, it feels weird, but I'll allow it.
I mean, it's basically a meme. Sure.
I'm still frozen, by the way, at 342, but I know the
Yeah.
game has been unpaused. I think this is the normal
This is the normal
unpause
unpause
spectate.
pause, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're okay. Oh my god. I rolled over my headphone cord at some point in my life.
Uh-oh.
For anyone,
Buster gets a little bit low off of that gank, and Dummy Slick is in the bot lane.
anyone following along on my very important fantasy draft, I just drafted Joe Burrow and Jameer Gibbs, so we're off to a good start.
Joe Burrow,
Declo,
good quarterback.
Declo has to flash away from a little engage in bottom lane. It was exchanged for Smitty's flash, but I was going to say you take that, but I don't actually think that you do. That's just an even trade. Prismasire going to get spotted out. Oh, the Flag and Drag didn't quite hit from Dummy Slick. Now a big engage from Declo. And Atlas very low, burning down, but he's got the Renata W on him to stay alive. He's out of the fight, though. Prismasire pretty low. Burns to ignite. It's first blood on the Lance from or I guess it was just a flag kill from Dummy Slick. Declo and Kevbo are threatening enough that they're not going to continue that dive. And Scram's teleported to mid lane during all of that.
And it's gonna pay off, I think. Yep, it's definitely gonna pay off.
Yeah, flash
Sonic's
forward
dead.
onto Sonic. Thunder Busters is here. Dummy Slick has the Flag and Drag. I don't know why you'd burn Flash in that situation. You're just dead.
Yeah, when that charm lands, you're out of there, my guy.
I mean, honestly, just when 3 people collapse from that particular angle, I think you're pretty donezo.
Yeah, that's fair. Plus, Scram's also burned his flash for that, so like, just take the summoner spell advantage out of your other solo lane. You don't need to burn yours. Fine.
Well, 2-0 early on for ROTM as they pick up the kill in the bottom lane off the flag, and then the kill in the mid lane off of Yield Gank. I added Boy Wonder to the wheel that I've already pre-made, so that's nice for him.
Huge.
And things continue as they have. I am a little surprised at how well Smitty and Atlas have been able to shove this lane, I guess. A lot of times at gold play, you see the tank threatening the engage actually do better in the lane than the double ranged lane, which is weird to say, but it's been okay.
Yeah, nevertheless is the trend that we see.
Yeah, Darwin has once again staked himself to a little early advantage, and he's bought a Bomby Cinder, which means that we're probably not seeing Baus shenanigans, but I haven't watched him in a bit, so maybe he's transitioned to something else.
I mean, Baus does have, you know, he plays the character. He does have tank route builds. He just typically doesn't go for them.
I'm just used to seeing like Hull Breaker and like lethality items almost, and you just try to kill the tower.
Yeah.
That would be what I describe the classic Baus playstyle as. So I'm a little disappointed that that's not where we're headed, because I really want to see some shenanigans. If you're not going to give me like constant non-stop adrenaline drip action, you might as well give me some shenanigans. Prismasire is going to get thrown into the jacuzzi, and he's fine? He's just okay. Dummy Slick is going to die through the Renata W. They'll pull Declo back in with the handshake. King Atlas trying to kite away from Declo. Smitty gets tossed in. The E is just enough to finish that one off. Meanwhile, Thunder Busters gets a solo kill on Sonic around toward mid lane. It's a 2-for-1, but they didn't get their original target, which was Prismasire. Also, if you're Hecarim, you're trolling by... Oh, is Scrams dead? Oh my god.
That makes me very angry. Everything that just happened up in top lane is like a worst nightmare scenario if you want your top laner to not tilt off the face of the planet. Because if that's me, I'm tilting off the face of the planet.
If you're playing against Jarvan, you can't go Ghost. I'm just gonna throw that one out there. And we have 2 Ghosts. Darwin can't break... The Sion doesn't break the wall, right? He's just in the pit. That one doesn't matter as much, because if you're using Jarvan Jacuzzi on Sion, you're probably losing. But you can throw Prismasire in there pretty much on cooldown, and what's he gonna do about it? Like, he has to burn it just to get out, which means that he's not using it to kick your carry in the face, so you win that.
Yeah, and there's nobody who dives with him, right, either, so he can't get put in the Jarvan Jacuzzi and then choose to go for Atlas, like, or even anyone else. But I mean, your target should probably be Atlas or Smitty.
Yeah.
You're gonna what? Horse ult towards Ahri? No.
They do have almost a full equestrian comp, though. You've got the Rella and the Hecarim, as they're demonstrating right now. Nice horsey kicks into the Onslaught of Shadows over the wall. Prismasire getting Thunder low, but he's gonna die to wolves. That was a little unfortunate. Dummy Slick not really helping his friend out there, and now gonna maybe pay for it as he flashes underneath the tower. He'll put Prism Sire into the Jacuzzi to trade the kill back. Yeah. Did you see they're making early game deaths less punishing as part of their next thing that they want to do?
They really just want to make this game as handholdy as possible, don't they?
We're in a freak balanced League of Legends, and I don't have kind things to say about freak. I guess I'll put it that way. But this is very interesting. No one has picked Lamar Jackson. We're on pick like 40, 42, 43. Lamar Jackson.
Huh?
Scram's got a solo kill?
You didn't... Why didn't you shield that? You didn't shield that? Ah!
He might not have had mana. He was a little bit low there, but...
I guess.
Dragon started up for our
Regardless,
team at 10 minutes, which is... Oh, that was a little hashtag dicey on the piercing arrow from Kevbo. Scrims is 3-0 and down 40 CS. Just living the dream.
This guy looks like me.
He just like me, for real, for real.
He kinda, yeah. I'm renowned for not farming.
Declo gonna find Dummy Slick, and the Renata ult just gonna clip Kevbo. That they're just gonna hold Jacuzzi? Yeah. Some things you narrate, and then sometimes you just make noises, and that suffices in lieu of casting.
Sometimes you let the play speak for itself. Speaking of
Thundermcbusters
plays that speak for themselves.
Yeah, gonna just get yield solo bolo in the mid lane. Has to escape from Prisma Sire now, which isn't going super well for him, and it will get returned. Meanwhile, Scrams and Darwin renewing pleasantries in the top lane.
Yeah, Scrams went for first item
Demonic Embrace?
Demonic and a Dark Seal, so...
And his opponent has gone Sunfire Cape, so he just won the rock, paper, scissors of early items. He gets the kill once the shield comes out, actually. Oh, no, that's actually a good ult usage. No, burn down. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's, he takes those.
I love that we've reached the point in League of Legends where we're back to, wow, Maokai top lane? That's so rare.
Yeah, we've come full circle. Maokai never rare, but top lane specifically is one of the less common versions of the tree.
Ew, someone picked Deshaun Watson. Disgusting.
I
mean, it feels like it has to happen at some point, but I would love to see just a bunch of people just agree not to pick him.
Yeah, I get that.
In the same way that the Cleveland Browns should not have picked him after facing 37 sexual assault charges. Kevbo, facing assault charges of his own, but King Atlas is able to survive just barely? And not take the minion damage? Oh my goodness, what a god.
Everything about that should not have worked.
Yeah, that
like
was,
Kev,
that was
like
a
you
really
can see
rough
Kevbo...
segue. I don't actually want to accuse anyone of a crime, just for the record.
You can see, like, you could watch Kevbo, like, be hesitant about it because he knows the Renata W is coming out eventually, and he doesn't want to give the steroid and the extra health back. But also, just, like, you could have hit him.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with hitting him.
At some point you fucking kill him, and you just accept that they're alive for like 2 to 3 more seconds.
Yeah.
This is honestly a little bit devastating. Scrams has to use his ult to try to disengage. Oh, didn't quite get into the range that he wanted to on that Bramble Smash.
I mean,
meanwhile, on the other side of the map, though, oh, the Encore just a little bit wide. It's a 2v2 that's going to go pretty well. Smitty actually the MVP of that fight, honestly. He played that really nicely. And they'll pick up 2 kills. Somehow Thundermcbusters gets another solo kill on Sonic, which is very silly. He's got 3 kills. All 3 of them are solo kills on Sonic. While other fights have been happening, it's kind of strange.
Yeah, we saw Scrams burn his flash topside, and get nothing. So maybe the only like downside for Rodham in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, 13 to 4.
This is an interesting horse build. Sorry, I should specify.
No.
This is an interesting Hecarim build.
Well, no, it's fair. He's a horse. Rel is a rider on a horse, which is apparently an
that's
important
valid.
distinction. Atlas is dead. Declo and Prism Messiah are going to run him down. Unfortunately, Declo gets that kill. Varus has a Gnasher's Tooth, which is kind of interesting. We can return to that in a second. Piercing Arrow, not going to quite connect. No, that's apparently a very important distinction that a lot of people have issue with. Our high school mascot was the Rangers, and so our mascot was just a horse, you know, like classic horse imagery.
Right, sure.
And then I guess our like parent organization got really angry because the Ranger is the guy on the horse, not the horse itself. So we needed a new logo, and they of course did that for some reason.
Right.
It was very important rather than spending our money on like textbooks or athletics.
Yeah, gotta have things to spend money on that are sports related.
Well, I mean, sports would have been fine if they'd like done something that helps the students play the sports. Like, I'm all for that. Great. Athletic activity. But like, changing all of our uniforms to have a guy on a horse rather than a horse does not help the children.
Yeah.
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 Darwin also not helping the children. He is split pushing himself into this game. He is building a Trinity Force, potentially? Not really sure.
I have a really bad sneaking suspicion that it's actually just going to be Frozen Gauntlet, Frost Gauntlet, whatever the
Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
It's born of the ice. Why is there no ice dragon?
Yeah, I don't like that. That'd be cool.
There's not even like a water dragon. I guess.
Yeah, we ended
Ocean?
up with Chemtech Dragon somehow. Ocean is, yeah, I mean technically.
Ocean's technically close, but yeah, there should be like an ice dragon. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, you've got all of the elemental dragons. I guess they went for the 4 elements, of which ice is technically not. So.
It's in there with Ocean, I guess.
Fair.
But like, you could do some neat stuff with an ice motif, I think, and you'd bring back the winter map that everyone wants.
Yeah. You know, slow things. I do want the winter map back. I miss the Christmas time League of Legends. Always had better music too. It was wholesome.
Yeah. They're just gonna try to run Thunder McBuster's ass down, which does not go well, actually. In comes the Renata ult to try to turn it around. Rift Herald secured by ROTM, so they got their big prize, and they'll escape out of the top side. Declo not quite able to find the Lance. This is an interesting situation for Monsieur Prismasire, but it looks like he'll be okay, because Darwin has
they
come
want
in
to
help.
pinch this.
Yeah, they've got the pinch, but they don't have any damage, which is a concern. This is just Darwin and Declo so far. They've caught Smitty.
Yeah, he
maybe
doesn't
not
really have a way out of it. Why?
It is a shutdown. It goes to Hecarim, which isn't the worst person to get it on.
Why are we flashing there? Where, like, who's saving you? Why are we ever? It doesn't matter. It's fine. I guess we're looking for mid while there's no wave clear. That seems valid. This mid tower is definitely going down. Small gains. Actually, it's a straight up gold lead for.
Oh, well,
Flannel.
Atlas picks up 1 kill. It might not be for very long, as they get 1 return kill. Dummy Slick looking for a little bit more. Declo slowed, but he's fine to get out of there. He'll run into a... Oh no, the sapling's on his team. Never mind. Yeah, it is very close.
It was.
It's 16 to
It was
6
a gold lead
in kills, and yet there is a gold lead. Rodham have gotten the objectives for the most part. It would be nice to see them get that Infernal Soul early. They don't kill Darwin particularly fast.
No, they sure don't. And he
No one
is
does
slowly
for
getting Thunder McBusters down. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, now he's
Nope,
out of
not
mana
quite.
though, which I think is going to be
Yeah.
a big death blow for him as Atlas.
I mean, eventually Atlas does come up, but I mean, it takes Thunder McBuster's flash as well, which is pretty nice. Also, Darwin, pretty good at hitting the minions, as it turns out. Decent at that. He is responsible for a lot of the gold lead that they had when it was a lead. He's up almost 2k on scrims despite the kill deficit. Remember kids, farming will almost always get you more gold than killing your opponent.
Yeah, doing well for himself, becoming a real thorn in the side of Return of the Middlesticks and continuing a slow push. I honestly want to see him double down on it and just build a hull breaker here. I think
that's what that phage is going to be. Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what builds a hull breaker anymore, so.
I'm pretty sure. I don't build hull breaker very often myself, but I'm confident that's one of them because I remember phage used to build into literally fucking everything, and now it builds into like 2 items. So
it's cleaver and hull breaker.
I'm pretty sure that's actually it.
Yeah, gonna finally drop that Rift Herald mid. That's not actually enough damage to kill the tower.
No, it doesn't build into cleaver. It's hull breaker and Sterix.
Ah, okay. I only play ARAM, so I can't build hull breaker in any regard. And
Sad. Good item.
Yeah, when I play Rift, I don't usually play top lane anymore, despite gaining notoriety as a top laner, I guess we'll say. Anyway,
is that gold tier Return of the Middlesticks top lane legend Meristematic?
Yeah, the only Rotom top laner who's never played Ornn.
True.
That mid lane tower did die, which is notable. And now, I really don't know about Thunder McBusters v Darwin. I don't think that goes very well. They're going to catch Scrams, maybe? Dummy Slick looking for the engage. It's a good interrupt, though, from Declo so far. It's a big Renata ult, though. Atlas flies into the backline and takes down Kevbo. Sonic has to flee as well, and RTM runs over the fight. It's a double kill for Scrams. He's running away from Darwin for his life. It'll get popped eventually. Good flash by Atlas as he does pick up the double himself. Shut down for Darwin as he finally gets that kill on Scrams. Some nice side steps, and the Mastery 4. That's what you love to see. Give me the Mastery 4 emote. What a Giga Chad up there in top lane.
Oh, he's gaming. Absolutely. Yeah, that fight almost went super well when it got split up a little bit because Prismasire just picks up like almost the whole backline except for Atlas, and then Atlas is still alive and at 5-1 and 3 now, and yeah. Signs of life. Not a lot of them, but signs.
Yeah. We can all agree the funniest mastery, without doubt, is 2 bars on Mastery 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is 100%.
That's like peak humor. It doesn't matter what situation you flash that in, it's always funny. You kill someone, funny. You die, really funny. Like, you win the game, funny. Lose the game, also funny. Like, peak humor is Mastery 4 with 2 bars.
Yeah. No, that is... And also, like, it's not just funny, it can be hilariously BM.
I don't know that there's another emote that even rivals that. And it's not even like a real emote. I wish I could get it as a real emote. Just have that for every champion. Our team just starts up Baron because Kevbo is bottom lane for some reason. By himself, noted. There's no damage here to try to stop this Baron. Well, there's enough damage if they have a CC chain the way that they do. They blow up Smitty. Now the Jacuzzi pretty big. They'll fly in, though. They cannot finish off the rest of these health bars. Double kill for Atlas. Darwin is going to fall to the chopping block. Kevbo got a tower, though. So that's
I would
good.
love to reiterate, Kevbo's still bot lane. He's recalling.
Yeah.
Huge. I'm going to take this opportunity while everyone's dead to plus up to live here and see where we end. Okay, we had some left in the tank for sure. That towers goes down, and we're gonna back off a mid here. No, JK, we're gonna kill Kevbo.
I cannot plus up that far, actually. Mine will not go any further. I'm at 2346. And
I am at 24. This client
yeah,
sucks.
Kembo gets charmed, and Oath is prescient once again as Dummy Slick and Thunder McBusters combine for yet another little pick.
Spoiler. Grams will be the next focus of attention
Yeah,
up in the
he's
top side.
getting his ass beat. He has walked into the wrong neighborhood, and there are 4 people beating on his ass.
Yeah,
And
yo, they beating your ass in the blue side jungle.
meanwhile, the rest of Rodham takes the tower in bottom lane. They're splitting the map beautifully at this point. Sometimes it has to be done. Shoot him, Smitty. You have a gun. All right. Teleport coming in. They don't quite get the tower. Now they finally do. Teleport coming in. It's Thunder McBusters as he comes in. Dummy Slick finds the jacuzzi. They're onto Kembo in the backline. Everything is just evaporated for Flannel esports. And just like their chances in the series, rather ethereal.
How long you been holding on to that one?
I haven't really. It just came to mind.
You're gaming.
I really want to. So is Darwin. There he goes.
Darwin has left the building.
RTM wins game number 2. They'll take the series 2-0. I want to highlight, I made the best pun I think I've ever made in an ARAM game the other day. I was playing Twitch against a Vigar. Unfortunately got stuck in the event horizon, and despite my Rage Blade, I was still just a rat in a cage.
Okay,
That's an Alice in Chains song. Yeah, that might be
that's
dated,
pretty good.
But,
that's pretty good.
all right, we're gonna do the drawing for the jersey. Do you want to break down the series at all? I'll let you do that for a second while I get this loaded.
Kills are good, apparently. Better than gold, that's for sure. And hey, Return of the Middlesticks star Nemesis takes a grand total of what, like 7 dragons over the course of the series, and absolutely smashes their opponents, proving once again that my expert analysis of their original strategy is untouched. 0 notes. It was dog.
I don't think it was dog. I
It
just
was
think
dog.
it was a little niche, and you can't pull it off every single game. I think you can pull it out every once in a while, but then you have to train on it an extra amount, which makes it harder to pull out every. It, it's a it's an Ouroboros of just nonsense that happens.
Grabs in the chat, drags her dog. Yeah, Your winning record suggests otherwise.
All right. This is the entries I have. I'm going to check the Discord one last time now, and I see that there are no more entries. So, looks like we're good. I should be 11 entries. Doubled. So, Boy Wonder cards, Jimmy Drakowski, W Slick, X Craze Crook, Lexus. Okay. I think that's everyone. I'm just going to double check really quick. Oath. All right, cool. I'm going to shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. And here we go. The winner of the jersey for Max's, or not, yeah, it was Max's. Max's pentakill during the ACL finals. Here we go. It's a big spin. And the winner is Scatter with the laziest drawing I've ever seen. But he did it. Congratulations to him.
Huge.
So once again, every pentakill, every perfect game will give away a jersey. So if you want a jersey, just get a pentakill. Pretty easy. Yeah, that was the Vlad post, which, yes. Smitty, I loved the pings on the enemy nexus. That was great. If I were picking a winner, by the way, I did really want to give a shout out. Cardinals drawing is just fantastic. The return of the chip, Talia drawing, probably my favorite one. My second favorite one, I think, was Chimmy's Talia riding the wall. Fantastic. I really liked all the memes. I have to give a shout out to Lexus's Abomination. Please don't look at that one.
That is quite horrible.
But that's going to do it here for us tonight. Scatter, I think Winged is going to be in contact with you to order that jersey. And yeah, that'll be it for us tonight. Our next broadcast is going to be next Thursday, I believe, for Crowstorm. We'll want to watch Crowstorm on the Metashift stream on Sunday at 7 p.m. And then Thursday, we'll have them back on our stream. Anything you want to add, Oath?
Nope, I am all good.
Cool. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. And bye. I need to find somebody to raid. We'll just raid Aegis, I guess. Somebody's playing League of Legends. Go watch this. Say hi to Aegis for us.